The world is changing. The sweet, distinct smell of cannabis is no longer confined to hidden alleyways. It's in city parks, on balconies, and sold in sleek, professional dispensaries. For generations, it was a symbol of rebellion. Today, it's becoming as normal as a glass of wine after work. This shift is happening for good reasons. Compared to the devastation caused by alcohol, cannabis is undeniably a gentler substance. The argument for legalization is strong, and we stand by it. Prohibition was a failure. But in the rush to embrace this new freedom, we've skipped a crucial step. When you buy a powerful new piece of technology, it comes with a user manual, a guide to its features, its limits, and its potential risks. We've legalized a powerful psychoactive substance with almost no manual at all. This isn't a video to scare you or to argue for a return to the old days. This is that missing manual. It's an honest, science-based guide to help you navigate the new world of legal cannabis safely and responsibly. Because true freedom isn't just the right to use something, it's the knowledge to use it wisely. First, let's be clear. The cannabis available today bears little resemblance to what your parents might have smoked. Think of it like the difference between the first brick-sized mobile phone and the smartphone in your pocket. The technology has evolved. The active ingredient in cannabis is THC. It's the chemical that creates the high. For decades, the average THC content in cannabis hovered around 3 to 5%. Today, growers have engineered strains that regularly test at 20%, 25%, or even 30% THC. And that's just the flower. The market is now dominated by concentrates, vapes, and edibles, where THC levels can exceed 80 or 90%. This isn't just about a stronger high. It's about a different drug entirely. You're not just turning up the volume, you're changing the station. Nearly every risk we're about to discuss, from addiction to mental health impacts, is amplified by these massive doses of THC. And as this hyper-potent cannabis becomes the new normal, we're seeing the consequences unfold. The biggest myth about cannabis is that it's not addictive. For the majority of users, perhaps 80%, it isn't. They can take it or leave it. But for a significant minority, that line begins to blur. It starts subtly. For about 2 in 10 users, a habit forms. This is now recognized as Cannabis Use Disorder, CUD. The official definition involves a checklist of symptoms, but it boils down to a simple question. Do you control cannabis, or does it control you? For about 1 in 10, this becomes a full-blown dependency. This isn't a failure of willpower, it's a feature of brain chemistry. Here's how the dependency loop works. 1. The trigger. Heavy use is often linked to underlying issues: loneliness, anxiety, chronic boredom. Cannabis offers a powerful temporary escape from these feelings. 2. The numbness. As use becomes more frequent, many report a feeling of mental numbness. Life without cannabis feels flat, uninteresting, and dull. The brain's reward system is rewired. 3. The trap. Now, the user isn't smoking to feel good, they're smoking to stop feeling bad. Quitting means facing not only the original problems, but also the crushing boredom of a brain that's forgotten how to make its own joy. Add to that the physical withdrawal, headaches, insomnia, irritability, sweats, and the loop becomes incredibly hard to break. This cycle can stall a person's life, keeping them in a state of passive existence instead of active growth. If there is one non-negotiable critical warning in this manual, it is this: heavy cannabis use is a neurological gamble for the developing brain. An adolescent brain is not a finished product. It is a massive construction site, actively building the connections for memory, impulse control, emotional regulation, and complex reasoning. Pouring high-potency THC onto this construction site is like throwing gasoline on wet cement. The science here is increasingly clear and alarming. Addiction accelerator. Teenagers who use cannabis heavily are dramatically more likely to develop a lifelong addiction compared to adults. Cognitive sabotage. It can permanently impair the development of memory and executive function. This isn't temporary brain fog, it's a potential reduction of your brain's ultimate capacity. The mental health trigger. For individuals predisposed to certain conditions, heavy teen use is strongly correlated with a much higher risk of triggering severe, life-altering mental illnesses. The combination of a brain that is uniquely vulnerable and a market that is pushing increasingly potent products creates a perfect storm. We believe in a future where adults can use cannabis safely, but this requires a new mindset built on education, not fear. To navigate this new normal, we propose 3 simple principles. 1. The principle of potency. Treat high THC products with the same respect you would hard liquor. Understand that a single vape hit or edible can be exponentially stronger than a joint from a decade ago. Know your dose. Less is very often more. Two, the principle of age. The brain's construction phase lasts until your mid-20s. The longer you wait to start using cannabis, the lower your risk of long-term harm. For teenagers, the safest choice is to not use it at all. 3. The principle of purpose. Ask why you are using it. Is it for a specific, occasional recreational purpose? Or is it to escape a feeling you don't want to face? If it's the latter, cannabis will never be the solution. 3. The principle of purpose. Ask why you are using it. Is it for a specific, occasional recreational purpose? Or is it to escape a feeling you don't want to face? If it's the latter, cannabis will never be the solution.